You probably didn't see this one coming. This afternoon, actor Will Smith resigned from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Live Now Fox has more.
More breaking news from Will Smith as he has announced that he is resigning from the Academy and releasing a statement saying, "I have directly responded to the Academy's disciplinary hearing notice, and I will fully accept any and all consequences for my conduct. My actions at the 94th Academy Awards presentation were shocking, painful, and inexcusable. The list of those I have heard is long and includes Chris, his family, many of my dear friends and loved ones, all those in attendance, and global audiences at home. I betrayed the trust of the Academy. I deprived other nominees and winners of their opportunity to celebrate and be celebrated for the extraordinary work. I am heartbroken. I want to put the focus back on those who deserve attention for their achievements and allow the Academy to get back to the incredible work it does to support creativity and artistry in film. So I'm resigning from membership in the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences and will accept any further consequences the board deems appropriate." Still, no litigation coming up against Will Smith from Chris Rock. In fact, he has had record-breaking sales on his stand-up comedy. So really, Chris coming out as the winner in this. And again, this big announcement, Will Smith, of course, going to be resigning from the Academy.
Earlier in the day, in an interview seen exclusively on ABC News, Oscars producer Will Packer talked about those moments right after the slap scene around the world.
I thought it was a bit. I thought it was a bit like everybody else. I knew he hadn't practiced it.
Not concerned.
I wasn't concerned at all.
As he's walking.
I figured, okay, he's going to say something or come at him. Something funny is going to happen because that's the nature of Chris and that's the nature of Will. So let's see what happens.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth!
I'm going to, okay?
Once I saw Will yelling at the stage with such vitriol, my heart dropped. And I just remember thinking, oh no, not like this. And Chris was keeping his head when everybody else was losing theirs. And then, gave the quote.
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
But my heart at that point was just in my stomach because of everything about it and what it represented and what it looked like and who was involved. All of that was just, I've never felt so immediately devastated like I did in that moment.
But it still wasn't until Rock walked backstage that Packer was finally convinced that Smith had actually struck him.
The winners are walking off stage. Chris is with them. And I immediately go up to Chris.
And you say what or you do what?
I said, "Did he really hit you?" And he looked at me and he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I just took a punch from Muhammad Ali," as only Chris can. He was immediately, in joke mode, but you could tell that he was very much still in shock.
It's fascinating to hear that you had a few minutes to try to process or understand what had just taken place. But not until Chris Rock came off stage. You still were not sure if he'd been hit.
I knew it was clearly a confrontational moment because of what was happening from Will in the audience, but I still wasn't sure that he had actually struck him. I made that clear, like, "Rock, you tell me, whatever you want to do, brother." And he was telling me, "I'm fine. Let's just get past this. I'm getting out of here. I can't believe this happened." The LAPD came and needed to talk to Chris. And so they came into my office and they were laying out very clearly what Chris's rights were. And they were saying, "This is battery. We will go get him. We are prepared. We're prepared to get him right now. You can press charges. We can arrest him." As they were talking, Chris was, he was being very dismissive of those options. He was like, "No, I'm fine." He was like, no. And even to the point where I said, "Rock, let him finish." And they said, "Would you like us to take any action?" And he said, no. He said no. And I didn't have any conversation with Will.
But the Academy says they asked Smith to leave, which he refused.
A lot of folks immediately were wondered why He got up, walked that far, assaulted somebody, went back to his seat and was allowed to stay.
Right.
What was the conversation behind the scenes?
It happened to be right before the Best Actor Award. Shayla told me that they were about to physically remove Will Smith. And I had not been a part of those conversations. And so I immediately went to the Academy leadership that was on site, and I said, Chris Rock doesn't want that. I said, Rock has made it clear that he does not want to make a bad situation worse. That was Chris's energy. His tone was not retaliatory. His tone was not aggressive and angry. And so I was advocating what Rock wanted in that time, which was not to physically remove Will Smith at that time, because as it has now been explained to me, that was the only option at that point. It has been explained to me that there was a conversation that I was not a part of to ask him to voluntarily leave.
Will Smith later said on Instagram, "I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I'm embarrassed and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be."
Want more breaking stories like this? Well, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and then come back for more of Now with Elliot Francis each week.